Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, guys, what the heck is this? This is insanity. This is comical. You can do nothing but laugh at this thing. What the heck is this, guys? We're just gonna walk through, alright? Just what has occurred here, right? Break and retest. Again, buyers stepping up at the break and retest. Gap up. Almost at all-time highs. All right. Like within $1 of all-time highs. And then boom. They flush it and you have the biggest red day you've had in a very long time. Like a very, very long time. That is an $11 intraday sell. Guys, when did we last have an $11 intraday sell? We haven't. That's just insanity. You had like a massive red day right there. All right, but I do want to point this one out. All right. This is your signal, guys. All right. We are in a topping process. We already knew pullback was coming, all right, at some point, but I'm trying to say, guys, it's bullish until it's not. I'm just going to say there's nothing bullish about what went down today. I do think there is a chance this is going to happen because a lot of shorts definitely got involved. I don't know what's going to happen on the overnight session. I have no idea. But as you see over here, you recovered the next day and then the next day after that. And then you started dying. All right. You can see you died. You fell off a cliff. You had this gap down there. I think there's a possibility that's going to happen, guys. So they trade you flat up here. It looked like it was bullish consolidation. Like I said, buyer stepping in on the retest, and then boom, engulfed it. Like, there's no denying it. You have it on so many tickers, guys. Just ugly, very, very ugly candlesticks here. All right, I know I got a lot of stuff on my chart. All right, but you could see the very big red, massive dildo looking candlestick right here. Just look at this big red guy on everything. It's everywhere. And then you have Mr. VIX. Now we're going to talk about Mr. VIX. A lot of people are probably getting real bearish right now, but I think you're probably gonna get a bounce. I think a lot of shorts are definitely getting involved, but we could see continuation and then we get that bounce. But also you could do what you did at the July top, like it just pointed out over here, where you just kind of recovered the next day and then you fell off a cliff and then you actually did get to play a decent thing. And guys, I think we're going to be setting up for this. Okay. Boom. All right. See how picture perfect that was? Not too bad looking. All right. Same thing was done over here on QQQ. All right. If you're new to the channel, guys, we use the golden pocket a lot here on this channel. I like the golden pocket. I think it's like the best tool that someone really can be using. Really easy, guys. All right. When you break above the 0.786, notice how you stopped here. You stopped right over here. Guess what? You broke above it over here. So you knew you were probably going to take out this high right here. And you were probably having a full-on reversal. So you did have a full-on reversal. Well, guess what, guys? All right. I think we're probably, I don't really know. I'm not going to talk about what happens in the short term, but maybe you get something like that. All right. And then something like that. And then something like that. And then bottom. Oh, that's way down. That's going to scare a lot of people. We're going to say right here. And then boom. Back on your way. Bull market. There you go. I have absolutely no idea how that's going to go down, but at some point we knew we were probably going to start rolling over, guys. I think today was a big fat signal. All right. What the heck was today? All right. Now, I did not know at the time what was causing all this crap to go down. I did not know this. Well, I was like, what the heck? And I was working and I was just like, it's not stopping. What the heck is happening? All right. War. That is happening. All right. It was war. So I guess that makes sense. If it comes out that that's not a problem, then I'm sure you shoot right back up. But, as long as it's a problem, if that's really what caused it, then, I don't know what's going to happen here. But you do have increasing volume on the day. So we could talk about the charts, but you know, in reality, that is something that's kind of a, we're not going to call it a black swan because, you know, I guess it is a black swan, kind of. I mean, I didn't know it was happening. It was a black swan to me. Maybe it wasn't to you, but nobody can really tell me the charts were suggesting this. All right. Like you could point to distribution, but I'm just saying you broke out to new high. This is a classic break and retest right here. There's nothing bearish about it. All right. You did get under the 9 right there, but you know, over here, this was looking pretty nice. Yeah, you do have this. You have this range breakdown here. I do have to assume you're probably going to come down here, but if you're just going to take, you know, from this move up to here, you're right here in the golden pocket. So maybe in the overnight session, you are going to recover, but I'm just saying, all right, I think it's going to be sold. I think it could end up being something like we had right over there. All right, so I don't have much to say about these indices, guys. If you break down below the golden pocket right here, you know, 511.80, guess what? You're probably coming all the way down to 508.12. There you go, which is going to be the low of this candlestick right there. You can come down over here to the 15-minute time frame, and let me just cover my scenario on a SPY right here. All right, bear scenario right here. I actually want to see it bounce. Maybe you get to there. Maybe you come down there, and then maybe you get a big bounce. All right. And why do I say bounce before? Because I want to see a bullish divergence pop up. I would love to see it. And then you can, you know, have your bounce. Notice how I have that marked down, the RSI right down there. We're going to come over to the last time that happened. You did end up having this little pop. So I'm building that into that path that we just drew there right there. All right. So you had this little pop there. And then boom, you came down another $2.30, you know, cents or so. All right, boom, have your little pop there. Come a little further down, maybe near support, and then you have bullish divergence going on down there. And if you really want to draw out a zone, we're gonna actually take it from right there. All right, this would be your zone. You know, this looks pretty. This looks real pretty on a chart right here. I like the look of this. We have a new demand zone we just added. All right, guys, it's really as simple as that. If you're looking at where is demand, guys, where is the action going on? All right, well, let's talk about it. You got it going on right there. You have, boom, you have another, you know, pivot going on right there. Boom, big break above there. Oh, guess what? All right, have some action going on right there at the bottom of it. Oh, you got a whole bunch of action going on. Like, it's everywhere in this one zone. Like, all the other places, you're not really spending a lot of time everywhere else. Look at this. You're getting these quick like pivots and stuff like that. Quick reactions in here. Okay. You like to see it. So if you do come back down into there, and if there's a bullish divergence sitting right here, then and you come into 510, guys, I don't think there's a reason not to buy 510. People are going to be really scared, but let's talk about it right here. Come over here to Mr. VIX. Guys, if you're not new to the channel, then you know every time Mr. VIX is at 65 up here on the daily RSI, we literally do see it pull back. And that typically is correlated with SPY having a bounce. Because, you know, VIX is just directly correlated to SPX's options market. And, you know, today's market is pretty correlated with the options market. So, you know, if this thing's pulling back, then, yeah. All right. Puts are being, let's look at it this way, all right? VIX rises when puts are bought and calls are sold. It falls when calls are bought and puts are sold. So, you know, if it's falling, it means that people are positively betting on SPY. And, you know, big money's probably going to be controlling the thing. I'm just putting it out there. You can just, you know, look at it this way. Every single time, going all the way back to 2020, unless you were crashing, you spent only days above here. And, you know, only a few of these times you really spent days, all right? And you can see the time you crashed right there. And you actually did just see VIX just keep rocket shipping. You went from 21 here. That's when your RSI got up there. And then, boom, you went up to 88 bucks. So, as you can see, that was your crash. But every other time you haven't crashed. And, boom, we got a 1, we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and now we have 22. So Guys, 21 out of 21 occurrences have since this crash right here, they've resulted in VIX. You know, right here, this is beginning of you know, this is right before the bear market started. I wonder what happened over there. And then over here, you were staying up a little longer, but I'm just you know, pointing out the pattern because that's what I like to do here on this channel. Not many other people just sit there and look at the patterns that, you know, are right here in front of our face. And this is one that I make very clear on my channel. Guys, it's up here. So I'll be the guy to tell you this thing over here is probably not going much further without a dead cat bounce at least. So like VIX is probably going to cool off. If I had to guess, you're going to do that. And then you're going to do that. All right. And then it's going to put in like a fear bottom and you're going to come down all the way over here. But then I think you're just going to range. You know, I don't think it's going to be all that bad. I think you're probably just going to range. But if you don't range, guys, let's say you break 508.12. Then I'm just going to be coming down here. Definitely just going to watch for this this gap, guys. In the end, I think it's going to be filled. 497.31. Or not 497. I'm tired, all right? 497.37. Got to record this at 9:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big bearish engulfing candlestick with that increasing volume, guys. Like, what if we do get the daily RSI getting down there? That would be nuts. All right, if you break 432.74, you're really not going to have anything on QQQ until 425.70, guys. That was your NVIDIA gap, if I'm not mistaken. Nice. All right, just nice. You come over here to IWM. Don't mind all the levels. Don't mind the messy chart. All right, all you really do have to... Oh, look at that, guys. All right, from there to there, you bounced up, rejected right at the golden pocket. Boom. Picture perfect. All right, guys. I'm actually not going to really speak on IWM all that much. You're right here at the weekly 9 EMA. Let's see what happens. All right, let's just see what happens. But got the hiccups. I want to eat my sandwich. All right, got that. Got that. Yeah, let's see what happens. This thing might die. this thing might die. That is all I have to say there. We'll go over there. And yeah, we're watching 193 to 197. Is it going to happen tomorrow? I don't know, but you had a $5 drop today. What happens if you have a $5 drop tomorrow? Boom. You're not quite there, but you're almost there to the golden pocket. So there you go. And yeah, rising wedge. That's what I'll say. I'm looking for this pocket right there. If you break down, we'll see about it. If that breaks down, that's not going to be looking good for everything else. Why the heck do I have... Oh, demand zone. Demand zone, demand zone. There we go. I think we're finally getting our pullback. All right. It's nuts. All right. Let's talk about some things. Honorable mention. Meta. Guys, this is what we watch in the dip. All right. Let's talk about what to watch in the dip. Meta. All right. Meta is something that has demonstrated strength for so freaking long now that I don't think we should doubt it. All right. If it dips, I say until it stops working, I think we should buy that dip. You know, I had a plan this time around to buy it with like a lot of size. And for some reason, I decided to do that on NVIDIA and then NVIDIA died. So you got that. I did not buy Meta with a lot of size. And then I also sold what I bought early. And then it freaking went to $3,000 a con. That's crazy. That's insanity. But guys, this thing has demonstrated more strength than the average market participant. And I think we should be a fan of it here on this channel. So I will continuously do the TA on Meta because I'm going to be following this thing myself. This thing is a beast. It's a beast, and the dip shall be bought. They shall be bought. There we go. But yeah, you're at the top of the range. You're rejecting off at the top of the range. I'm going to be watching, you know, 492 here up to 500. If it gets down to 500, I'm looking to buy 500. You blew my expectations out of the water here, but you do have this blow off. Now we're not going to call it a blow off top, but you got a shooting star candlestick right there. Does not look good. All right. Does not look good. Increasing volume, you're probably getting a pullback, all right? And if you get the big pullback, I would like to buy it. If you get the 4-hour RSI getting oversold, I know it seems real simple, guys, but, you know, for this time, 400 days there, over a year, all right? A year and a month right there. you have literally been able to buy it every single time it's gotten, we're going to call it right here. And you would have made a like real good buy in, the long run. Except right here, you kind of, it did continue falling off a cliff. But if you bought that, then you would have been perfectly fine. So there's that. But yeah. All right, so that's that. Next one, CELH. I am just pointing out, thing ain't looking too bad. All right, this thing was a beast. It is now getting oversold. I went to the wrong time frame. I meant to do this one right here. All right, you have lost your 9 EMA. You've now regained your 9 EMA. You also have the 1 hour bullish divergence going on over there. All right, and on the daily time frame, you do have the increasing volume there today. All right, I understand not the best looking candlestick. It was looking better in the beginning part of the day. But on the weekly chart, that's what I really like about this thing, guys. This just broke out to a new high. I don't think it's going to die just yet. I think you're probably going to continue and carry on. And if you really do pull back all the way, then this is like the other spot where I would just say, guys, just like if you see it, just buy it. Like, feel free to go heavy. No financial advice, but this is a very clean setup. So if you get that and it taps 68, 67, 80, that's your golden pocket. There you go. It would be a really good buy. NVIDIA. That's the next one we're going to talk about. This one is giving a major buying opportunity, in my personal opinion, and it could go a little lower. That it could. I don't know what's going to happen here. I do not. But I can just point out what has happened in the past. All right, and I don't know if you are going to go lower and put in a bullish diverge like that, and that's what I'm saying. It could go lower. As if you see it, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here, but in the end, I think it's going to come all the way, like even if it comes back down here, I think it's going to come all the way back up here. All right, so if you see it come down here, I think it's going to have a $100 move up here. If you see it start bounce from here, I think it's going to surpass where it fell. All right, so that's just my opinion. By time, I think you're going to have a good time. All right. Coin, kind of in a bear flag looking thing over here. Watching the golden pocket. You're ultimately just watching this demand zone between 210 and 220. All right. That's really it. You come over here to NQ, and you have this 4 hour bullish divergence. So that's something I forgot to mention earlier, but you do have that going on here. I could just point out what has happened for a while now. Maybe the tide is changing. Maybe we're finally pulling back like over here. And I just want to point out, you had one time over here where, I went back and looked, and guess what? This thing died. All right. You got down here. It was right here. You had this bounce of 1.2%. That's why I said I was looking for a bounce in the last video. All right. I want to see this. And then you could die. No, guys, you ended up, you got that bounce. You got more than that bounce. All right. So, people might want to clown on me, but guys, this was like, in the end, I was at least looking for a bounce. Like, I may not always make the best decisions, but at the end of the day, I do provide some real good analysis here on this channel, and I think people forget about just how detailed, all right, the analysis is. Because it really was. I told you guys, I was looking for at least the 1 point. Why do you think this thing is on my chart? Because that's what we discussed in the last video. All right, we were looking for something like this, and then you could die. You just started dying sooner. So, I don't know what to say about that one. But, you're dying really quick here. I don't think it's sustainable. I'm just saying that. You do have the bullish divergence. I don't know if it's going to stick. And we could do something like that. But you're going to have, Chop City in between. Go up and down if you're just kind of going to kill it. But right now, it just looks like it wants to die, which means you're probably going to die and then slingshot back up. It's just typically how we see these things go. All right. See how you did die. All right, and we could see it could really do this thing, all right? Then it slingshots back up eventually. All right, and if you just wait, all right, everything does turn into a massive buying opportunity. At that point, you just find the companies you want to dip buy. All right, and you buy time on those people. And there you go. IWM does not look good. It was looking good. It does not look good. On the weekly chart, it doesn't look bad. The rising wedge is not good. All right. Next one we're going to talk about is PLTR. Head and shoulders formation right there. Neckline. Break and retest. There you go. All right. Honestly, this thing does look like it's going to come down into this golden pocket. If you see it, daily RSI is probably going to be down there where it bottomed out last time. And we'll pay attention to it. So there's that. Next one we're watching, Nike. All right. I put it on my radar. I'm looking to buy this decently heavy. All right, when I get the opportunity. Daily RSI, or not daily RSI, weekly RSI is getting down to the spot where it, guys, it had just massive weeks after this. Okay. For Nike, like, this is a big move on contracts. This is a big move right there. You catch a $10 move on Nike, that's insane. Well, guess what? When it does go, you're gonna have a week like that where you can catch an $8 move on one week, and there you go. It's around the corner. So I will be watching it. It probably does align with this level down here at $83, like around there. So just something to put on your radar. Disney finally pulling back. Where are you going to pay attention to? Right here. All right. But also, notice how I had that arrow there before we had today's sell-off? Yeah, that's not today. Yesterday. All right. You see how I put it over here? That's because we were right here when I put that arrow there. All right. If you're not new to the channel, maybe you saw that. Maybe you remember it. I look at so many charts, so I don't really remember it, but I know how I chart, and I always put things to the right when I draw them. All right, like this. Do you see this? All right. Well, current price action was not over here. All right. Regardless, you're finally pulling back. So guys, just be bullish on this pullback over here in Disney. We're watching it. Goog. You're having this pullback. Where you watch it? Right here, 150.70. That's the level to pay attention to. That's where you got a lot of action going on. All right, we're watching CCL. Daily RSI is getting down to 30. That means we're going to start paying attention, and we look for, buyers. Right down into that level. All right, take a look at Bitcoin, just ranging out there. Apple being a little butthead, but guys, bullish divergence going on here. Come down to the zone, demand zone. IBM coming down to the golden pocket in your demand zone, your breakout zone right there. All right, S-Bucks absolutely just dying over here. You watch your golden pocket. You're watching on the weekly time frame. Okay. Watch your trend line. Okay. Watch it D-King. This thing died. You did end up bouncing off the golden pocket at one point, but then you just died. Okay. So I do think this thing's gonna go lower. We're probably gonna find buyers there in the golden pocket though. I think I saw a shop earlier. Died. All right. Bump, 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 bump. Oh. There. That's what I was saying. Break and retest. Now you're coming over here. Guys, this thing's probably coming down to the low over there. And then once it breaks the low, we're going to be watching the daily RSI over there. I'm just going to point out you have a bit of a price gap for you day traders out there. There you go. Okay. That's pretty much all I want to talk about today. All right, guys. I think today was a signal. I like CELH. I like NVIDIA very much on this dip. The 4-hour RSI over here literally reached 30.91. That is pretty low. The lowest that went before was 32.91. Over here, the bottom was made at 28.79. Over here, the bottom was made at 26.39. So what am I getting at, guys? Guys, we should be looking for a bounce. Maybe it doesn't happen right here. It probably does put in a bullish divergence now that's down here. So maybe we go a little lower. I have absolutely no idea. You're right here at the bottom of your, at least what I have is my demand zone. Other people probably have different charts out there, but, this is what I'm looking at. I will also point out, if you want to shift this thing around, I'm not a fan of just shifting things around when, things change. But, if things do change. This could be now the zone you're looking at. This was not the thing that, it's slicing through it like butter. So now, if you want to be looking at it like that, there's that. See, this looks weird to me. The action was up here. It's not down here. Back up there. Yeah. Put it like, oh, see, I like that. This is just a massive zone, though. It doesn't really do you any good. That's a $25 zone. I don't like that. Let's see what happens if we really refine things. All right, let's see how nice we can get these zones. I swear, if it just slices it through like butter. Well, I guess, you know, not the zone's fault. If price just wants to have a $25 move once it slices down. We'll see. All right, we will see. And yeah, with that being said, ladies and gents, I will catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your night, and peace.